Have you ever looked at something and just wondered, how did they make that? How does a simple set of instructions, just words and numbers on a page, turn into something with real character? Well, today, we're going to pull back the curtain and watch that magic happen, piece by piece. So meet Tom Anks Jr. He's this adorable little yarn ankylosaurus. He looks so solid, right? Like he just wandered out of a storybook. But here's the thing, he started his life as nothing more than a digital pattern, a blueprint. So the big question is, how in the world do you get from a list of instructions to, well, to him?
You know, every great creation, whether you're building a skyscraper or a tiny yarn dinosaur, starts with a plan. It all begins with a blueprint that lays out every single detail before you even think about picking up your tools.
Now, this specific craft actually has a name. It's called amigurumi. It's this amazing Japanese art of crocheting these small, stuffed creatures. And it's really a tradition built on patience, precision, and, let's be honest, a whole lot of personality.
Okay, so this isn't just a shopping list. This is the artisan's toolkit. Every single item here is chosen for a reason. You've got the 4 specific yarn colors for his signature look, a tiny 2.5mm hook to get those really tight, neat stitches, soft filling to give him his shape, and of course the 8mm security eyes. I mean, that's what gives him his soul, right? So to even read the blueprint, you gotta learn the language. It's this special kind of shorthand, like a secret code. SC is a single crochet. Inc is an increase to make a shape wider. Deke makes it smaller. And BO, that's for a bobble stitch. Trust me, we're gonna see why that one's a real game changer later. This is literally the code of creation.
All right, so we've got the blueprint, we know the language. It's time to actually start building this thing. Let's get to the foundation and see how these core pieces come together.
Would you believe his entire expressive head starts right here? As a simple, flat chain of just 7 beige stitches. It doesn't look like much, I know, but this is the very first line of the drawing, the foundation for everything else to come.
And this is where the magic really starts to happen. This is what's called working in the round. Those flat instructions are used to build up layers, round after round, turning that 2D line into a 3D shape. And look, see that specific instruction at round 4? That color change from beige to green, boom. That's what creates his little snout and jawline.
Okay, this moment right here is absolutely critical. Once the head is stuffed, the safety eyes are put in with surgical precision between round 6 and 7, exactly 10 stitches apart. I mean, that single step is what transforms this from just a shape into a character with a face you recognize.
So next up, the body. Using a pretty similar process of increasing and decreasing stitches, a solid oval-shaped core gets made. This is the central structure, the anchor point that everything else is eventually going to get attached to.
And of course, the little guy needs to stand up, so 4 identical legs are made. But check out this clever detail. Those little white tips, they're not sewn on separately. They're actually made using that bobble stitch we saw earlier, creating these perfect little toes as the leg itself is being made. So smart.
So, the basic body is there, but what makes an ankylosaurus an ankylosaurus? It's all in the details, right? And for him, that means his signature armor. The very first piece of that armor is this small brown shield. It's made as its own separate flat piece, shaped perfectly to sit right on top of his head. That's what gives him that classic armored dome look.
But here it is, this is the real showstopper, the main body shield. This is hands down the most complex part of the whole pattern. And see those beige armored plates? They're not sewn on. They are created with that special bobble stitch again, making them pop right out from the brown base. It creates this incredible, bumpy texture.
And I just love this little note from the creator, Halime Ozel. She knows this part is tough. She asks, "Do you think it's tricky?" and then points people to a video for help. It's such a great reminder that there's a real person behind this pattern, cheering you on. And this might be my favorite part. The creator shows us the back of the shield. It's a total tangle of yarn from all the color changes, and she just reassures everyone it's fine that it looks messy. It's such a perfect, honest glimpse into the hidden reality of handmade art. What you see isn't always the whole story.
So, to complete that signature look, a sturdy tail and 4 tiny horns are made. With these last few components finished, all the individual pieces are finally ready for the grand finale.
Okay, this is the most excited part for me. All these carefully made pieces, which don't really look like a whole lot on their own, are about to be combined into one final, recognizable little dude. And the blueprint is incredibly specific about this final assembly. It's a very precise sequence. First, the head is sewn to the body, then the tail, then the 4 legs, all positioned just right. And finally, the armor goes on. The head shield, the body shield, and those 4 little horns. With every single stitch, he is literally being brought to life.
And with that final stitch, the transformation is complete. We've gone from a technical step-by-step process to a real emotional payoff.
And this slide, this just says it all, doesn't it? On the left, you have the creator's note about the much-loved time and effort that went into the design. And on the right, you have the result of all that effort, one single joyful word. Yay! Tom Hanks Jr. is finished. It's the perfect summary of the whole creative journey.
And the story doesn't even end there. The creator encourages everyone who makes their own Tom Hanks Jr. to share it online. It's basically an invitation to join this whole community, to celebrate not just the finished thing, but the shared joy of making something with your own 2 hands.
So really, what this whole process shows us is that a detailed plan, a bit of skill, and a lot of passion can turn the simplest materials into something truly special. Which kind of leaves us with one final thought, right? What secret blueprint, what hidden set of instructions is just waiting to be discovered in the things you see every single day?
If you want to support me, don't forget to like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel.